There you go.
Oh,
that's just wrong right there.
Travis couldn't even look the other way. Could have just took a bribe. Could have took a free snow cone.
I know it.
Yeah.
He was like, "No, ma'am, I gotta uphold the law. No, ma'am, I'm sorry.
I am the law."
Oh my God. No, he didn't.
All right, Judge Dredd.
But that Judge Dredd on I am the law.
What's going on, Soto?
Soto, you see that wrestling review just for you, put up today.
I'm about to get on the next one. The next wrestling review. I'm going to pick the match too. Let me pick the match.
All right, pick the match then.
I'm going to pick one of them women's matches.
Okay. What's going on, Cody?
Where they had a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, yeah, he would. Puppy! Cody, good job on the show, Cody. Cody was on, I think it was fantasy football hustle today.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Going out there giving that fantasy football knowledge out there.
There you go.
Well, Coach, we do have a rule on Wrestling Review. If you pick it, you got to be able to provide the content of the backstory, the storyline, what happened after the match. You got to come up with all that.
Ain't no problem. Because I can make it up because won't nobody but us know. Won't nobody but us know if I'm telling the truth. I'm like, after that, she got with King Kong Bundy.
Play the clock. Oh, you already know what it is, man.
What's going on, Chris?
O and J, they coming through. Straight no chaser. Straight from the hip.
Straight from the hip, don't need no script, just need a microphone. My man Coach Boo gon' take you to the entertainment zone. They got the stats of this and that to keep this show on point. And when we're done, we have some fun and rock this funky joint. So if you will, sit back and chill, give us a chance to show ya. If one of y'all would like to call, we'll talk just like we know ya. We take control, then start the roll, and then there ain't no stopping. It's time to dip straight from the hip. Hey, y'all, let's get it poppin'.
All right, the new rule is going to be there's no dancing by anybody during the theme song.
Come on, I got moves.
Anybody, Travis.
I got moves.
I know, unfortunately. It's unfortunate that you do.
My shirt's in the washer. So
I hear you. I still got mine on.
I'm just gonna keep it lazy. I'm just gonna keep it real lazy. I saw it and it was like, nah, I'm headed downstairs. I'm good.
I ain't mad at you. You know, I got the black man in there too. Ooh, look at him.
I do need to
Welcome straight from the hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell, coming to you live from Sugar Hill, Georgia. Here with Mr. Jason Allen and Mr. Travis Butler from Parts Unknown. Since we talk about wrestling,
yeah,
you know, they always have the jokes introduce themselves from Parts Unknown. like nobody knew where they came from. Anyway, folks, first of all, happy Tuesday. This is a new day that we started probably about a month or so ago. So everybody, welcome to Tuesday. See, we got a lot of folks in here in the building. Hey, Miss Peavy, Soto, Cody's in the house, Jerry Badler, good seeing you guys. Mr. Butler, the only Butler that I'm going to respect while we're on this show. How you doing, Mr. Butler? No, Travis, you get no respect. Anyway, Travis, talk to him what we got going on today.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff. We'll start out with some high school playoffs started this past Friday, so we'll run down those scores for 7A and then talk about the upcoming matchups. Then talk a little bit about college, and then we'll head on to the NFL. You guys ready? We ready? Okay. So, yeah, high school, 7A. Playoff started this past Friday. Got some scores here. I kind of got jotted down most of the 7A scores. So, talk about the winners and the losers, get your thoughts, and we'll talk about next week. First up, Archer beat Gainesville 21-14.
Yeah, I'm happy for Archer, of course. Soto's kid plays over there. Congratulations on Archer. They played at home. I thought that Archer probably should have beat him a little worse than that, but, you know, it is what it is.
Absolutely. Okay. Milton beat Peachtree Ridge 45-14.
Hey, Coach Reggie Stansel did a good job just getting his team to the playoffs. It's the first time since he's been there as a new head coach. He wrote a nice little thing on Facebook for the boys, all the seniors, about how hard they'd worked and his appreciation for them. So good for them for at least making it that far.
And that was a 1-4 matchup, right?
Yeah. Milton was number 1 in their region, and Peachtree Ridge was number 4 in ours.
Okay. Beat probably the beatdown of the week. Unfortunately, Denmark beat Discovery 63-0.
Yeah, next. I don't even want to talk about that. A shame on Denmark.
Okay. Collins Hill beat Alpharetta 42-7.
Yeah, and I trained a bunch of kids to go to Alpharetta, so I mean they had a good season though, and they did well over there. Collins Hill's got a heck of a team this year, and going to be tough to beat.
Absolutely. Local team goes down, unfortunately, here in a real close one. Roswell beat Mill Creek 28-27.
If you saw that, that was gut wrenching. Mill Creek's kicker missed like 2 field goals in the last probably 4 minutes of the game or so, and it was very, very tough to watch and a very tough loss for Mill Creek.
Okay, we hate it for the local teams. Norcross beat South Forsyth 47-20.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a surprise for me. I thought Norcross would have beaten them, but they handled them pretty easily, and I thought South would put up a better fight than that.
Okay. One that I saw, I was a little blown away by the score. I thought it would have been a bit closer. Colquitt County beat Brookwood 49-3.
Yeah, same there. Don't get me wrong now. Colquitt County is a tough place to play.
Absolutely.
And, North Gwinnett went down there a couple years ago and took a beat down. And it's a hard place to play. But I thought that Brookwood would have at least, they've got some crazy offensive weapons. And I thought they would have at least been able to, put up a little bit more than that. But again, that's what these are the playoffs.
Yep. And one game, win or lose. So anything can happen. West Forsyth beats Meadow Creek 39-14.
Yeah, Meadow Creek put up a good little fight there. That's the team that we're going to have to play this week is West Forsyth, and I got some buddies on that staff. Bill Ballard is the defensive coordinator. Used to be the head coach at Peachtree Ridge, one of the 3 head coaches I had at Peachtree Ridge while I was there. So like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yep. And then last but certainly not least, North Gwinnett beat Cherokee 29-16. Congratulations, Coach.
Hey, you take your hats off to them kids from Cherokee because they fought real hard. I mean, at halftime, it was only 9-6. So, again, hats off to Cherokee for coming over there and putting up a good fight.
Absolutely. I got the entire slate of games for this upcoming week. We'll get some predictions here, and then
before we get to next week's games,
go for it.
Let's run through some, I guess, a coach's corner real quick for some questions for Coach. So if anybody got any questions in the comment thread, please go ahead and load it up, and we'll ask Coach some questions on there. I guess the first question I have for Coach is going into the second round of the playoffs. Usually your team is what it is, but are you still trying to improve on weaknesses that your team may have? Let's say you have a struggling pass game and you've been, getting by with your run game. Are you still trying to improve the pass game, or are you doubling down on your strengths?
No, you definitely have to try to improve, Jason. Every week, our kids got dressed down a little bit today about that very thing, about how, it's not just about what happened last week. It's not just about what's getting ready to happen this week. It's getting better every single week. And you got to do that if you want to be a state championship caliber team. So you got to get, better this week to get you through this week. You got to get better next week because obviously the competition goes better and better every week. So, last week we played Cherokee, which I think was a 4 seed. This week we're playing somebody else who's a 2 seed. Over there at or 1 seed. I think they're 1 seed over at West Forsyth. I think they won their region over there.
Yes.
So it gets to where now it's dog eat dog. And like I said, we made our bed, we got to sleep in it. We're a 2 seed. But there's a lot of holes that we got to fix. And we know that as we play better competition. So that's a very good question, though. I don't know about other teams. I know that's our philosophy. Well, we don't double down and say, hey, forget about the pass. And we just going to double down on the running and just be a running team because that's a losing formula in the long run. You have to be able to do both. And so yeah, that's a good question.
All right. OJPV said, are they having the championships in the Dome this year or at Georgia State?
Supposedly, we're having them in the Dome. Now, all that takes is Arthur Blank waking up and scratching his butt and said, I heard Coach Boo been talking about me on Straight from the Hill.
Yep.
So you ain't having no damn games in here. I bet you that.
So when that's there, they ain't having it.
Yeah.
But I mean, literally, it is up to him because there have been times before when everybody, and I mean everybody, Dave Hunter and Score Atlanta and everybody's planning on having them in the Dome. And, a month or so out, he's like, nah, I don't think I'm going to let y'all do it there because we got too much going on. And so we have to switch and go someplace else.
How far in advance does the Georgia State playoff committee need to know to know where the game is going to be held at? Because
listen, a couple years ago, I think you remember a couple years ago we had that snowstorm and we were supposed to play in the Dome, and that's when we won the state championship. Wound up playing it on our field, on our own field. So I mean, at the end of the day, guys, all of that playing in the Dome stuff and all that is just window dressing. At the end of the game, it's a football game to be played against two high schools, the last two remaining high schools in the state. So if you want to drive to a cow pasture somewhere down around Macon, y'all can play down there. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, let's agree on where we're going to play and let's get it done.
All right. Now, I think I don't see any more questions on there right now. I guess my last question for Coach's Corner is I know in the past you have spoken about making sure your team does not peak too soon in the season. Let's say you're coaching a team that you felt has peaked, let's say 3/4 way through the season, and now it's kind of turning the other way down, but you're in the playoffs now. What do you do to try to get them back up to that top level performance? Or is there any kind of strategy that you would instill to kind of keep that momentum going?
Well, Jason, it's like we talked about before on this show. It's hard being a head coach because you have to constantly keep these kids motivated. And I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience of coaching teenagers, but dude, I mean, with the attention span and whatnot that they have, it is so difficult to keep them motivated just to come to practice every day. That's why we gauge it by the practices. Like, did we practice well this week? And I can tell you there were many times this week that we did not practice well. And then subsequently, we did not play well. And that's why we lost 3 games for the first time since we've been over here at North Gwinnett. We went 7-3 this year. And it's just difficult because, like you said, if they peak too soon, it's kind of hard to how can we get them back up to that level again? So that's why you kind of just stay on that even keel. You never kind of raise them up too much. Say, hey, listen, Barrett Carter, you scored 4 touchdowns this week, but you're All-American. That's what you're supposed to do. So hopefully this week you should be scoring 6, or whatever,
right.
And kind of set that bar for him that, okay, I got to get 6 this week instead of being complacent with the 4 and being like, listen, you scored 4. I mean, there's no way you really ever going to score any more than that. I mean, he had an outstanding game, played a lot of Wildcat quarterback for us last week, wound up scoring 4 touchdowns. So, but it's very difficult, like I said, to continue to motivate them. And that's where the better coaches come in because you got to keep finding ways, to motivate your guys.
All right. Jerry Vladner said if they do play at the Dome with COVID, are they going to limit the amount of fans that will attend? And if so, how do they plan to do that?
Jerry, if you've ever been to the Dome game, Jason, I think you've been before. Have you ever gone down there?
Yeah,
if
yeah.
y'all have ever gone down there, there's not that many people in there for that big old dome. I mean, everybody could lay down in there and they'd be just fine. I mean, there's so much room in there. All the fans do is take up the bottom row, just right around the 50-yard line, maybe between, say, the 35 and 35 on each side. Then you got the band sitting over in one corner, another band sits in the other corner. And there's so much room in there, Jerry, it wouldn't matter. I mean, it's not going to be that many people in there is what I'm trying to say. So I think, COVID, they'd be fine as far as that's concerned.
All right. And then I think the last question we have is, Coach, did you get a new computer?
You know I got a new computer. And I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to lie. Jason shamed me into getting this computer. So I went and stood out in the cold. I went and stood out in the cold in front of Walmart on whatever they call it, Financial Friday or Freaky. No, I know. I stood out there on White Friday and got me a new computer.
Had his heat jacket on and everything.
I got my Aurora jacket still on right now. See that Aurora on there? That's what that is, a heated jacket. So I can stand out there in the cold and get me a computer because Jason been talking about me like a dog on social media. And but I tell you what, it does look good now. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. I'm glad I got it.
I called his ass 6 o'clock in the morning too. Was like, hey, are you out there? Did you find a computer?
He did. He sure did. Called, checked on me, everything. See, y'all don't know what it's like. It's all right when you have like a Mr. Charlie like Travis on you. But when you have a black man on you like that, I mean, that's rough right there.
He right. He telling the truth. All right, Travis, let's go down and run down those college football.
Real quick, actually, I'm going to run down the upcoming games for.
Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Just real quick, 7A. Lowndes County versus North Cobb.
You know I'm going with Lowndes County. Don't ask me about no Lowndes. You know good and damn well I'm going with Lowndes County.
We all knew you were going to do Lowndes. I just wanted to make sure that I said it. Milton versus Archer.
Ooh, Soto, that might be kind of tough. I love me some Andy Dyer. And, that I think it's going to be a tough game. But Soto, only because I got to be professional, I'm going to take Milton.
Ooh. Show him what it's like, Soto. Show him what it's like.
I'm going to take Milton.
Okay. Denmark versus Collins Hill.
Collins Hill going to beat the dog stuff out of doggone Denmark. And I'm going to call Lenny Gregory, the head coach over there, and tell him if he can bust 70 on them jokers for what they did in Meadow Creek or whoever was they played, let him bust 70 on them. I mean, I hope they beat the doggone rust off them jokers.
Discovery. Are you gonna ask him to send him back to Europe?
Dude, they're terrible. They ain't even that good. Watch and see. Watch and see what happens here.
Okay. Parkview versus East Coweta.
East Coweta's been surprising me. I mean, they played some good football. I think East Coweta actually beat Collins Hill this year, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
So like I said, I'm gonna take. I still got to go with Parkview though. Parkview just if Cody Brown is on, they're tough to stop. I'm gonna take Parkview.
Okay. Roswell versus Norcross.
You know what? Roswell run raggedly last week against Mill Creek. They shouldn't have really won. Norcross is on a roll. I'm gonna give Norcross that.
Okay. Walton versus Colquitt County.
Colquitt gonna beat the stuffing out of them. I can tell you that right now.
Okay, last two. Harrison versus Grayson.
Oh, Grayson gonna mollywop them.
Okay.
Did you hear how Harrison won that game?
No, I didn't.
Jay, did you hear about this?
No.
The center snapped the ball over the doggone head of the quarterback in victory formation. They were trying to take knees to win the game. Snapped the ball over the damn quarterback's head. Doggone Harrison recovered the ball and then scored on the next play to end the game.
Jesus.
A buddy of mine got kids on that team, called me and gave me the breakdown today.
Oh.
And I mean, it took him an hour because he was laughing so hard the whole time.
Wow. And then last but not least, of course, North Gwinnett versus West Forsyth. We already know you talked a little bit about that, but I wanted to mention it. So
hey, look, West Forsyth's going to be a good matchup. I'm telling you right now. And weather's going to come to play because right now they're saying 80% chance of rain. Now, God likes me a lot. I don't know why, but he does. And I'm going to be praying all week it ain't going to rain like that. Not that it's going to change the game plan at all. I'm just too old to be standing out there in the rain coaching. I'm too old for that. So like I said, I hope that the rain doesn't come in, but it looks like it's going to be a factor.
Get one of those yellow raincoats. You'll be okay, Coach.
OJ said, why wasn't the guy under center for the kneel down?
Now, I've had 85 million people ask me that question, OJ, and you should know the answer. Schools like ours, we never go under center.
Right.
We always do everything from the gun. So the one thing that we do is when we get in victory formation, we do the same thing. He's in the gun, but we put somebody behind the quarterback as a safety measure in case something like that happens. So we put two guys beside him and one guy behind him. So if that ball comes out in which way, somebody can get on it. We don't go under center because if they're not used to going under center, that's the last thing you want to do is have a quarterback go under center who doesn't normally go under center and try and get that ball from the center. He gonna fumble it every time.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good coach's question on that one.
Exactly.
What you got left, Travis?
We got college.
Okay, just real quick. My nephew Jayden, Rico's second oldest son, just got a full ride to University of Virginia off of the Questbridge program scholarship. It's for like some of the top scholars in Georgia. He just got a full ride to University of Virginia. So
right,
congratulations to Jayden. So shout out to him.
Absolutely, go Jayden.
Miss Peavy, I gotta ask you a question. Why it's gotta be Black Friday? Why can't it be White Friday? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know, Miss Peavy. Let's be fair, Miss Peavy. I'll call it Gray Friday or something. Don't give me no Black Friday.
All right. Well, then, were there any big games in college football, Travis?
A few. I'll run down them real quick. Notre Dame beat North Carolina, two ranked teams. I think both of them were the top 20, so Notre Dame did win, stay undefeated. Iowa State over Texas. That was a really good game, actually. Iowa State looks like they're going to be in the Big 12 championship. And then Michigan State beat an undefeated Northwestern to derail their undefeated streak. Probably the biggest story of the weekend, though, was Coach's alma mater, Vanderbilt, had, for the first time ever, I believe, a female player in a Power 5 conference play in a game. Her name was Sarah Fuller.
It still is. It still is Sarah Fuller. I don't know what you got my name was Sarah Fuller. What the hell does that mean?
Sorry. Yes, her name is Sarah Fuller, and she did the second half kickoff for the Vanderbilt Commodores. So congratulations to her.
Look, man. Look, I'm as happy as anybody else that the gender barrier has been broken. She's the female Jackie Robinson, white Jackie Robinson, whatever. I mean, I'm glad about all that. But I just think it looked real silly to me that when a team loses 41-0, and you have that's the only place she played the whole game. I just think it should have been done another way. I mean, Jay, no disrespect whatsoever, but Kennedy or Carter, either one, could have got out there and did what that lady did on that football field the other day. Right. Now if she had came out there and kicked that ball through the end zone and just blasted it down the field, that's one thing. Because you look at it as being, you know what? I mean, hey, she can play. I mean, the bottom line is she can play. To get out there and kick that ball the way she did, dude, I'm not with that. I don't. I'm just telling you. And then they named her SEC Player of the Week, Special Team Player of the Week.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I could have gotten out there with my eyes closed, with my left leg, the one I've had like 10 surgeries on, and kicked that ball that far. I mean, I'm not trying to hear that. I have a friend. Y'all know I used to coach female tackle football.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my former players, J-Rock, Janitra Shields. J-Rock, J is about 6'5". She weighs about 270, 280. And when she puts her football pads on and gets down in that stance, you have no idea that's a woman inside them pads. I mean, she is big and she is physical and she played like a monster. And she said, hey, Coach, congratulations on your school. I said, J-Rock, I wish it had been you more so than being her. Because at the end of the day, I mean, J-Rock is a legit, could probably play on the college level football with the men. I'm telling you, I've coached a woman I know. But like I said, if this girl kicked the ball through the end zone or something like that, I might could give her some more props. To go out there and kick that squib kick like that, dude, I ain't feeling it. I'm just telling you.
Maybe that's what they told her to do was kick the.
Well, that's what we got on
And if
here.
they did, you know
OJ
what,
said,
Travis?
that's
If they did, shame on them. Because like I said,
what
that
did you
is
expect
terrible.
from Andy coaching? Larry, Jerry said the same thing Travis just said. Like, she went out there and I guess that was the kickoff. She was told to kick, and so she did what she was told.
Okay, my question to people who say that is, could she have kicked that ball through the end zone?
We don't know.
I know. Yeah, but you don't, but I do. I saw her ass warming up kicking field goals, and one of the balls hit the crossbar. She was barely getting it over the crossbar. I know good and damn well she couldn't have kicked that ball through the end zone.
Well, for anyone that would like to know, they do have a game this week. It's against Georgia. She is still the kicker on the team. I did read, and she actually plans on being on the football team until, quote, they ask her to leave. So maybe she'll be on the team next year. So, but she is on the team this week, and I'm sure they will, if they do get in field goal range, I'm sure they will give her a shot. So,
all right. What about any other scores left, Travis?
Nope. No.
Right. Any coach firings? Any new updates in college football from?
There was one coach firing. Vanderbilt's coach, Derek Mason, did get fired. So, unfortunately, sorry, he did get fired.
He did 4 years too late, but in any event, he's not there anymore. Somebody sent me an article today at all the people they're looking at. My pick would be Clark Lee, who is the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. He's a former Vanderbilt player from Nashville, Tennessee. I think he'd be the perfect fit. Now, being the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame, he might not want to leave because that'd be tough. That'd be asking a lot for him to leave that to go to lowly Vanderbilt. But maybe we'll catch him on a day when he's feeling real charitable.
All right.
Did we see on that list? Did you see Coach Mitchell on that list, Coach?
No, you didn't see Coach Mitchell on that list. But I tell you what, you better hope they don't get Coach Mitchell on that list because I'll be tearing that thing up. I'm gonna tell you right now. Still doing this show every week. I ain't going nowhere straight from the hip, fans. I'll be right here every week. But hey, you want to talk about culture shock? I'm gonna tell you right now, be worse than what's going on down there in Florida.
All right, well, let's play a quick game then. Let's suppose me and Travis are the AD and the school president, and you're brought in to interview for the Vanderbilt job.
Come on.
What is your opening statement to us to hire you for the Vanderbilt job?
Don't hire me unless you're serious about this. Because that bullshit y'all did the other day with that girl out there shooting that ball, there will be no more of that kind of shit. I tell you that right now. So if I'm coming in here, it's about to be assholes and elbows. I'm coming here like Joe Clark and lean on me. I mean, that's what you can expect from me when I get this job.
What kind of offense do you plan on running with the Vanderbilt staff that's already in place?
First of all, they got to go.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, we starting all over. So I want to hear about anybody's whatever. We'll have a brand new offense, brand new defense, and all them jokes got to go.
What's your big recruiting tool that you're going to use? What's your big motivational? How are you going to get the recruits to come to Vanderbilt?
Me. That's how I'm beginning to get there because I'm going into the homes of everybody I want. The only way they can get here is for me to offer them personally in front of their mom and dad. That's it. That's all I need. Give me 10 minutes with their mom and dad, and that's all I need.
And they got to watch the show.
Well, that too.
Well, all right. Well, Travis, you got anything left? What's on slate for next week for college football?
Yeah, I got two top 45 games real quick. Texas A&M versus Auburn. Texas
That's a stinker. That's a stinker.
At least they're both ranked, and Texas A&M is fighting for an outside shot of making the Final Four. I don't think
they're both ranked where?
What?
Auburn is 20 what?
22.
Exactly. That ain't right.
Well, I don't make the rankings, Coach. I'm just informing
I
people.
know. But when you're number 22, you just like everybody else out there.
Okay.
Anything less than 5 is just a waste of time.
Well, Texas A&M is in the top 5. And then Indiana and Wisconsin play this week as well. Now, Indiana just lost their starting quarterback for the year, so it may be pretty difficult for them. I think Wisconsin may take that one. So
they're going to take it anyway.
Okay.
Right, well, I guess the question that we ask every single week, it's time to do it. Any changes to anybody's top 5 in college football? Let's start with you, Travis.
I don't remember what my top 5 was last week, so I'll just run through mine. I don't think there's any changes. Right now, I would have Bama 1, Notre Dame 2, Ohio State 3, and Clemson 4, with Florida sitting just outside at 5. That would be my top, 5, basically.
Hell no.
What you got, Coach?
Bama 1, Clemson 2, Notre Dame 3. Yeah, Notre Dame 3. Who was your other one you said? Who'd you have?
Ohio State
and Florida.
Oh, hell no. Ohio State's at 5. They're on the outside looking in. I'd have Florida at 4 and Ohio State at 5. Ohio State ain't played nobody. And when they did try to play somebody the other day decent, they barely won.
Actually, I did see watch a video today that was real interesting about Ohio State. They may or may not have play 6 games this year.
If they don't get 6, they can't play.
And they can't play in the Big Ten championship. They
That's right.
Play every game for the rest of their season, and one of those games is Michigan. And one of the commentators said, watch Michigan just come out and be like, oh, we got COVID, we can't play. And that would actually keep Ohio State out of the Big Ten championship.
Ooh, that would be nasty right there.
Talk about a rivalry right there.
And Michigan's terrible. They lost to Penn State. Not that Penn State was 0 for 5 for the first time in school history, but they beat Michigan. That tells you how bad Michigan is this year.
I know, well, besides Penn State actually winning, which was a shocker. They were talking about we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get to the NFL. All right. Anything else we got left for college football, Travis?
I got nothing else for college football. We'll head to the NFL.
Okay, let's go ahead and run down the scores. And if it's a dumbass game, Travis, just give us a score and we move on. Unless Coach wants to stop on a dumbass game. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, real quick, let me find my notes real quick. Okay. We have, first up, Thanksgiving. Of course, we had 3 games. And damn it. Hold on. Yep. Houston Texans beat the Lions. Congratulations. Matt Patricia, you should be fired. Maybe they'll get rid of Stafford. Congratulations.
Hey, did you? I sent Travis an article from Peter King where he was talking about Matthew Stafford and
I read it.
The woes of Matthew Stafford. So if anybody check out football morning in America, Peter King's Monday column, he has some really outstanding numbers about why Stafford should probably kick the bricks for them. So just throw that out there. But yeah. Matt Patricia's finally gone. Thank God.
Yes.
I tell you what, more so than that, they did pretty much a big indictment on the coaches who've left Belichick and become head coaches. I mean, combined, I think they've got a 41.3% win rate. Combined, they're not even over 500. And like I said, they gave some pretty startling numbers on some of those cats where they're pretty bad. They're pretty, pretty bad, the guys that leave.
We will miss people. We're going through the Thanksgiving games as quickly as possible. Washington football team beat the crap out of the Dallas Cowboys. They look like they're probably going to win the division. Congratulations.
Shout out to Alex Smith.
Yep. Shout out to Alex Smith, and Antonio Gibson looks pretty good. Next.
Chase Young looks good.
Yeah, he does.
Chase Young looks like a monster.
Yeah. Giants beat my lowly Bengals. Next.
No. Let's spend a little time on that. Let's spend a little time talking about that.
Here we go.
Just for the record, I tried to keep
I appreciate it, Travis. I appreciate it.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna talk about him. Go ahead, Travis.
Okay, good.
Suck.
We won't win a game this year. Okay.
Suck. You suck.
Buffalo beat the Chargers. What was Anthony Lynn doing?
That might have been the stamp for Anthony Lynn to lose his job. I don't know if you saw it, Coach, but people don't know. Down the stretch, they were down by multiple scores, so 10. They had to score twice. They threw a Hail Mary that got a pass interference, and they threw another one that they actually completed. Got down to like the 1 or 2 yard line, and then instead of like throwing another pass play or spiking it,
Under a minute
ran a draw.
Under a minute left with no timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, they get what I'm saying. There's no timeouts. Yes. They ran a draw with Austin Eckler, of all people, didn't get it. They didn't get it. And so now you're thinking, okay, well, you get up, maybe spike the ball real quick. No. They got up, faked the spike, and threw a receiver screen that he threw into the dirt and missed the receiver. And, like, literally by the time they scored, the game was over. So they blew a chance to even have an opportunity to win the game. It might have been the worst thing I've seen all year, besides some plays by the 49ers. That might have been the worst I saw all year.
Who threw the ball in the dirt?
Justin Herbert.
Okay. I'm just, Travis big on Justin Herbert about how he's going to be the rookie of the year and all this other stuff. So I just wanted to point that out.
Okay. But yeah, worst thing I've ever seen. That might have sealed Lynn got to go after that. That was terrible.
That was awful. Patriots beat the Cardinals. Cardinals are just in straight free fall mode. They may not make the playoffs out after their really good start to the season. I don't know what's
going on. They're in the toughest division in football too now, so that's part of it now.
Yeah, I think that Kyler Murray shoulder thing is bigger than what they're leading on to. He didn't look clean. He didn't look crisp throwing the ball. And I think with Cliff Kingsbury's offense, if Kyler Murray can't get stuff on the ground with his feet, that offense looks pretty stagnant. And that's a bad way to run the offense. We're relying on the quarterback's ability to run to be able to make your offense run. So it just didn't look good. Shout out to Belichick as always, scheming up a good play to stop a good player, a great player. So
I think that Kyler Murray is his own worst enemy too. I think he's trying to be the tough guy, and instead of sitting out, because like Jake said, I think he's more hurt than what he's telling people, and he's trying to tough it out and play because he wants to be successful and wants them to win. And I don't think he should be out there right
now. Looks like the Atlanta.
Hold on, before we go on, just one thing, Coach. Did you see any one thing that Cam Newton did well in that game?
I mean, he was kind of just Cam Newton to me. He was kind of the old Cam. I mean, meaning that he didn't the interception. Did he have one interception? I think he still had one interception.
Yeah.
But he did throw one interception. But other than that, I thought he took care of the ball fairly well. But it was a lot of running, obviously. I bet he didn't have over 200 yards passing. Because that's his formula for winning. He and Lamar Jackson got that same formula.
Miss Peavy said Kyler should have went and played baseball. OJ said that Kyler Murray may be just the next RG3. I think he's a little better than RG3.
Maybe.
The offense is built around his ability to run, where RG3, we were still in that age where we were trying to tell the running quarterback to stay in the pocket. So, and I think he's a little bit more elusive than RG3 was.
Cody wants to get rid of Lynn. He put a campaign on here to get rid of Lynn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to
I like
your
Lynn.
question,
I like Lynn, Cody. I'm gonna disagree with that. I like Lynn.
To answer your question, Cam Newton threw for 84 yards.
There you go. Enough said.
All right.
Typical Cam win.
What's the next one on there, Travis?
Next one. Looks like the Falcons won. And
I'm glad. Ain't nobody more happy than me.
40 burger.
I love it because they're doing exactly what they do every year. They don't even know how to lose right. I mean, when you having a disastrous year, you're having. Julio didn't even play supposedly because he's hurt. I mean, everybody knows you're garbage. And now you're trying to win games, just messing up your draft position. You go, Falcons. You go. I want y'all to just keep on going until you're somewhere around. You'll get about the number 15th pick or number 16 right there in the middle somewhere where ain't nothing left but some trash for the first round. And then y'all will overpay some clown in some stupid-ass position like you always do. This is the Falcon formula. This is perfect right here. I hope they ain't gonna win this week, but I hope they win the game next week. Because the Saints gonna beat you this week. We all know that. You can't win a division game. You can't win a meaningful game, but you can win that old bullshit you won last. Go ahead and take that, and then watch see what happens.
I do find it interesting that like for the second or third time that Julio hasn't played, they not only won but put up a decent amount of points and looked good doing it. So
they always play well without Julio because Matt Ryan ain't got to worry about getting Julio his touches. So then he throws the ball to people that matter, people that actually go damn get in the end zone, people that go move the chains and not have all these useless ass stats. Oh, Julio! Did you see Julio? Julio had 8 catches for 164 yards. Yeah, and all of them were between the 40s. Between the 40 and the 40. That's where he got all his yards. How many touchdowns does Julio have on the year? What, 3? I mean, we're in week 12, and Julio had 3 touchdowns. You gotta be kidding me.
To give someone a stat line, Cody says he likes Lynn, just is not an NFL level head coach, especially with game management. Ms. Hood says she loves her some Julio, whether he plays or not. OJ good point was saying his RG3 comparison is about RG3 not sitting when he was injured and trying to play through it. With Kyler Murray comparison, good point, OJ. They need to start playing college teams. Yes, that would be better for the Falcons. And
let me say this, Jay. Miss Hood, I saw Miss Hood the other day when she was handing out food for our players up there in North Gwinnett. Mm-hmm. And she told me I better stop talking about Julio on this show because if she wasn't married, she and Julio might have a little thing. So I'm telling you, hey, I'm done talking about Julio now. I didn't know Miss Hood was on here. Miss Hood, I'm sorry. I mean, talk about your baby like that.
And correct, Julio does have 3 on the year. Let's flip to the other side of the equation. Derek Carr played disastrous yesterday, and I'm not going to chalk that up to the Falcons defense. Right. So let's do a quick name game real quick. Derek Carr or Matthew Stafford, Coach?
I'm gonna take Derek Carr. I mean, Matthew Stafford's on his way out. Derek Carr's on his way in. I'm gonna take only for that reason.
Travis?
I'll go with Carr only because he's shown a little bit more to me this year. I'll go with Carr, and he's younger.
Okay. Derek Carr or Carson Wentz? And I'm saying moving these quarterbacks into John Gruden's system with John Gruden, what I'm saying.
Right.
So Derek Carr or Carson Wentz moving to the Raiders, Coach?
You know, I never liked Carson Wentz, so that's easy for me. Give me Derek Carr easily.
Travis?
I'd go Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz this year is just a product of a terrible offensive line and injuries on the wide receiving core. I'd take Carson Wentz.
All right. And this one's probably easy for both of you, but I got to do it anyway. Derek Carr or Sam Darnold, Coach?
Shit. Derek Carr all the way. You know that. Please. Man, ain't no way in the hell I'd take Sam Darnold if he gave to me for free.
Travis?
Carr.
Okay. That was an easy one, too. Derek Carr or Mitch Trubisky, Coach?
Oh, shit. That's the hardest one right there now. That's the hardest one. Shit. Man, please. Derek Carr. Man, where the hell you give me Trubisky for nothing?
I see Travis's Carr. All right. Derek Carr or Cam Newton, because he'll be a free agent after the season. Derek Carr or Cam Newton, Coach?
Again, I'm going to take Derek Carr. And I like Cam. I don't like Cam, but I like Cam as a player. He just on his way out. And I think his already diminished skills are just headed to the trash can now. He needs to get on out.
All right, Travis?
I think this is the toughest one you've done. I like Derek Carr, but he's been so bad lately. So I'll go Newton. I'll go Cam.
So bad lately. They beat the damn Arizona Cardinals like a week ago. He wasn't bad. They're the only team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the only damn team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been so bad lately. What the hell lately are you talking about?
That's game.
Oh my God.
All right, and then the last one, and I know this is real hyperbole, it probably won't happen, but if they can do Derek Carr or Matt Ryan, Coach?
Oh shit. Man, on to the next question. Ask me nothing about no damn Matt Ryan. Please.
Travis?
I'll go Matt Ryan.
Okay.
That's because you crazy as hell.
Again, Matt Ryan is not as bad as what you think, Coach.
So, but
Okay.
basically I wanted to do this because it just shows that there's not much things the Raiders can do to upgrade at quarterback at this point. You're kind of stuck with the woman, you're stuck with who you got here with. So, all right, what's the next one? What's the next matchup?
Tennessee beat the Indianapolis Colts, maybe to take over that division. Derrick Henry's just a monster, isn't he? With what he had, 3 touchdowns and 150 yards rushing. Is he by the first half? Is there anybody close to him in terms of best running back in the NFL this year?
I mean, I'll give a small
It
shout out
depends.
to
I mean, understand this. Derek Carr is Derrick Henry is kind of a one-trick pony now. I mean, he's going to be that guy that's going to bully and Bogart and all that. I don't like comparing him with backs like Alvin Kamara or with the dude out of North Carolina. I don't think that's fair. The Carolina Panthers. What's his name? McCaffrey. Thank you. I don't think it's fair necessarily. If you want to kind of put him in the Ezekiel Elliott category or somebody like that, because Ezekiel Elliott, I can't remember the last time I saw him catch a pass. I can't remember last time I seen them throw one to him. I mean, they almost using him just to play bully ball. Put him in there with the running back from Seattle. Do you see what he did to the doggone defense last night? He drugged them into the end zone.
Yeah.
And he's a beast. He's out of Parkview High School. I used to train him too. Chris Carson. Carson's a monster. But I'm just saying that when you start talking about is he the best running back, I think you need to think about the McCaffreys and the Alvin Kamaras of the world too, because I don't see how you compare them to each other.
Well, here's a quick question right here. Let's play a quick game of percentages, which may take a little bit of time for you guys to think on. So put a percentage by there. You think the percentage of them winning the MVP between Derrick Henry, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers. Out of those 4 ones, I know I'm probably forgetting somebody, but let's go with those 4 ones. What percentages would you give them a chance to win MVP? Since I thought of the game, I already kind of have mine. I got Derrick Henry at 15%. I got actually Patrick Mahomes at 50%. Then I have the rest split evenly between Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. I think they're going to figure out a way to give Patrick Mahomes his second MVP because I think they're trying to move him to the perennial face of the NFL now. So that's how I broke it down. Even though I'm pushing for Russell Wilson, everybody knows that because I've always decreed I think he's the best quarterback in the league for what I see. But I think that's how it's going to play out. So, Travis, what's your percentages for those 4 guys?
Yeah, so I'll go least to best. So I got Derrick Henry 10%. Running backs just don't really win the MVP, even though he is having a really good year. I got Wilson and Rodgers both at 25%. I think they're both really good. There really isn't a big difference between them. I think you're looking at whichever team probably gets the 1 seed could slightly have the edge over the other one, and then I would have Mahomes at 40%. So not a significant advantage, but not something that like Wilson or Rodgers couldn't come back from. Basically.
Please, by all means, on the chat line, put you guys' percentages. What do you guys think as well? Coach, what do you got? What do you think?
Well, I'm going to go backwards, too. Henry's the lowest. Because, like I say, he's a one-trick pony. And he's a running back. And, a quarterback's probably going to win it 9 out of 10 times. I've got Mahomes at number 1.
Okay.
And the reason why I did that is to let you know that I've got those other 2 in between. And I've got them kind of being even, but it's going to be based on these last couple weeks and what happens in the playoffs, who's going to be second and who will be third. Because then if either one of them have a first round exit, they're going to be lower than the other guy. Okay. And, I think whoever does the best from this point on in the season, I have them being kind of tied right now, will barely get the edge over the other guy. That's why I look at it. But yeah, I think they're already going to give it to Mahomes, period.
All right. What's the next one, Travis?
Real quick, if Mahomes got injured next week and missed either the rest of the season or missed a few games, do you think he would still win the MVP?
Well, like I heard somebody say before, if was a fifth,
we all be drunk.
we'd all be drunk.
I'm gonna say no. I think in the spirit of it, because I think about to that Carson Wentz year when he got injured and they won the Super Bowl. I think he got injured when it was like 3 games left, and he was the perennial front runner until he got injured, and he didn't get it. So if they keep that same energy, I'm gonna say no.
I don't think there's any way possible he could win it. If he stopped playing now, it's just too much football left. And so no, I wouldn't give it to him. Now, I don't think anybody would, to be honest with you. I think they say, hey, he'll rehab and come back next year and make it run next year.
All right,
but no, I don't think you can give it to him based on without a full season. I wouldn't give it to him, no.
All right, Cody said Henry at 5%, Rodgers at 20%, Mahomes at 35%, and Russ at 40%. I want to believe that too, Cody, because I want to have Russ higher, but I just feel like
it ain't gonna happen. Y'all drinking? Hey, you are fantasy, Cody, because that's a straight fantasy right there.
All right, Travis, so on to the next one.
Okay, Minnesota over the Carolina Panthers. Minnesota seems to kind of be fighting it out. They they're at least semi in the playoffs. Anything? No. Okay.
They lost to Dallas, so hell with them. Once they lost to Dallas, that shot themselves in the foot.
Okay. Miami beat the New York. We're tanking for Trevor Lawrence. Anybody got anything on this one? Because I don't. That was terrible.
All I want to do is I'm just saying this. This is what I'm saying. Listen. I called all these firings should have happened a long time ago. Muschamp, finally got him. Mason, finally got him. When are they going to get that boy up out of there? What are you waiting on? That's my whole thing. Just tell me. I would love for somebody to explain to me what you're waiting on. If I was Trevor Lawrence and you showed me you were getting him the hell out of there and hired some coach that made sense, I might even think about coming out of damn college this year and coming to being part of your franchise.
I'm going to tell you this. And dude with crazy eyes, you don't want to fire. You don't want to make sure that season's over. He home. Because you fire that dude mid-season with them crazy eyes, he come after all y'all.
Exactly.
So they waiting it out.
That's gonna be Black Monday.
Dude, why can't it be White Monday? I'll fire that joker.
That's just what the NFL calls it, okay, guys?
I'll fire that joker and hire Tiny Lister as my doggone security guard. I had Big Zeus sitting up in there with some shoulder pads, and I let us bring his ass up in there with him up in there.
Well, Toddy Lester and Adam Gates got the same eyes, so they may see eye to eye.
You about right about that now.
What's the next one you got here, Travis?
Cleveland over the hapless Jaguars. They look like they're going to make the playoffs. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, well, the Jaguars fired their GM now.
Yeah, well, whatever.
They fired their GM today, so they're making some moves.
Maybe they'll hire one of the AEW wrestlers as the GM. Who knows?
Yeah, Cody, I used to have a saying on the fantasy show, like, Adam Gates, don't fuck this up, because he has some talent. Adam Gates done been fucked this up. It's over. It's a wrap on that. That team is god awful.
You're right about that. They're terrible.
Yes. Saints beat the Denver Broncos. Was there anything that Denver could have done other than what they did that you guys would have seen with the fact that they had this quarterback situation where they didn't have anybody playing? Would you guys have done anything different?
Well, it's funny you say that because I don't know why they made them play. Well, they didn't make the Baltimore Ravens play.
So I do have an answer for that because I looked into that and I did.
Okay, well, tell me that answer.
So the answer that I found was the reason that they had Denver play was in the bylaws before the NFL season started, and of course this whole COVID thing was happening. The NFLPA and the NFL owners did have an agreement. They have the contract that they all signed to have the season, and in that agreement it said they will move back games if multiple players from different position groups are showing symptoms. But if it's just one position group, then they will play the game. So that's why the game didn't get canceled, because it was just the quarterbacks and everybody else was okay. It was already written in the NFLPA and the NFL agreement or whatever it's called, that the game wasn't going to be moved because it's only that one position group, even though it wasn't.
Okay.
AKA,
Well, write this
don't
down.
nobody give a goddamn about the Broncos except for Bronco fans. And
Yep.
Pittsburgh versus Ravens is a marquee historical game. Don't nobody give a shit about the Broncos.
That's what it is. Jason got that.
When we
Ding, 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 ding. Jason got the right answer.
if
But
that
let me
was
say this.
the Bengals,
Just understand this.
the Pittsburgh Ravens game wouldn't have gotten moved. So that game got moved because it's Pittsburgh and Baltimore. We all
Just understand this, Travis. When I become commissioner of the NFL, which will be soon, I'm not putting up with nobody hurting the shield. And having that joke out there of some damn scout team quarterback playing out, man, that hurt the shield because it made the NFL look stupid. Having him out there. I mean, you don't do that kind of stuff. I mean, we still have a product. We still have a brand that we have to uphold. And you sitting up here letting this clown out here complete, I think, 1 6-yard pass the whole game or some old foolishness. Dude, that's some boo-boo right there. And I'm just telling you, I don't think that was good at all.
Right.
And I don't think that should have been allowed at all.
I agree. Richard Hood said, obviously, Denver didn't check with FSU to find out how they were able to cancel games before they start. I agree with
There you go, Mr. Hood.
But I'm with Coach on that one to a huge degree. They can move this game back to tomorrow, to today, and Drew Lock and I think another quarterback would have been healthy enough to play.
Right.
Like, that product they put on the field embarrassed the whole NFL.
It was terrible.
I know Coach talks about how bad the quarterbacks are in this league and generation. The fact that even the bad quarterbacks couldn't play and we watched somebody who's not a quarterback play, that was embarrassing. Like,
well, going into the game, you knew he wasn't going to be good when the Denver Broncos tried to get their coach to be the before they put
exactly.
And the NFL wouldn't let him do that, which I thought
That's
was terrible. I would have just been like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Like, if that's who you guys want to play quarterback, go for it. It doesn't make a difference. But
yeah. All right, on to the next one.
Yeah. The 49ers beat the Rams. 49ers staying in the playoff hunt.
Man, you know, I've said for a long time I don't believe in Jared Goff.
Yeah.
He's just not. I keep trying to tell you, just like I said about Garoppolo, I just got some feeling about Goff. I just don't like him. He just doesn't come across as that guy. You know, he doesn't have that dog in him that I think quarterbacks need to have. And I'm just not a believer in Goff, so it wasn't surprising to me. I mean, not at all.
Well, let's do real quick with Goff. Let's take some of the quarterbacks in there with Goff. Let's say, and again, these quarterbacks move into the Rams system. Would you rather have Goff or Kirk Cousins? Coach?
I damn near would go ahead and take Cousins. I ain't going to lie. I mean, that's a toss-up, but I'm telling you right now, I'd probably take Cousins.
Travis?
I'll go Goff, but not by much.
Ooh. Wow. We're not going to ask Coach about Matt Ryan, so we're going to go.
Shit, man, please. Give me Goff. Shit.
Goff or Alex Smith?
Oh, I'm going to Alex Smith all the way. Ain't no question. Alex Smith.
Okay, Travis?
I would go Alex Smith right now, too.
Wow, okay. Goff and if Eli Manning came out of retirement, Coach?
Shit. Man, you better give me Goff. Give me Goff's sister. I mean, ain't no way the hell to give me no damn Eli Manning for nothing.
I'll take Goff going with his opposite hand over Eli.
Thank you.
Well, let me do Goff or Mitch Trubisky, Coach.
I can't take Mitch. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't take Trubisky. I'm going to have to take Goff on that one.
Agreed.
All right, and then I guess the last one, Goff or Matthew Stafford.
Now, see, y'all don't like Matthew Stafford. I'm going to take Matthew Stafford. I like Matthew Stafford.
You know, I don't like Matthew Stafford, so. Oh, man.
Go on, take Goff.
I may go with Goff on that one. I do not like Stafford.
I take Stafford. I'm telling you right now. It's Stafford. Now, y'all don't excuse all that trash that he's surrounded by up there either now.
We know.
In Detroit. Y'all act like ain't no trash in Detroit. I mean, they're terrible up there.
It's
from
not
top
like
to bottom.
good either, Coach. I agree with you. With you on that one.
All right, what's next on the slate?
Kansas City beats Tampa Bay. anyone surprised by this? Like Mahomes and Hill are just waxing people.
I'm surprised that it was as close as it was, to be honest with you. And then I'll tell you what thing I'm tired of. I'm tired of after every damn Tampa Bay game, we got to talk about Arians and Brady and their relationship, and Arians got to go out and say something stupid. I mean, number one, his ass needs to grow up. You're supposed to be a head coach, and every damn time you want to come out and criticize your own quarterback, I mean, don't act like you don't know who he is. I mean, you know he's supposed to be the GOAT and all that. It's almost like he's going out and saying something just to get it at Brady for being called the GOAT. I mean, you know, the bottom line is Brady didn't lose that game by himself. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons why he lost that game. Like Stephen A. said today, you got damn Antonio Brown on field. Did anybody even realize Antonio Brown played? I mean, he only caught like 3 balls for 18 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't even have a downfield target. I mean, for a coach like Arians, who likes to throw the deep ball, why in the hell didn't he at least throw one in Antonio Brown's direction? You got to be kidding me.
He can't.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
I'm going to go Miss Peavy asks, what do you guys think about Tyreek Hill doing a backflip in the end zone?
And he'll do it. And he doesn't realize that in high school football, that's a penalty, and they take that damn touchdown back.
Right.
Because you did it before you even got into the end zone. So now it's not a dead ball foul. It's a live ball foul. So they're going to take it from that point and march your ass back 15 yards. From there, that's the way they do that.
Oh, that's a learning experience.
And then going to a quick coaches moment right here. Travis posted something in our thread on the fantasy football, like one of the Bucks going to decide the double team Tyreek Hill. Coach, what do you do with a player like that that's just going crazy on you off the rip? Like, how do you make those in-game adjustments, and what adjustments do you make to stop Tyreek Hill? Because even a double team kind of doesn't even stop this guy.
Let me tell you one of the reasons why I enjoy Tyreek Hill, and I watched him, and I enjoy the Kansas City Chiefs. I love watching them play. Let me tell you why. It's not the obvious that they're a spectacular football team. They are constantly giving credit to each other. Whenever Mahomes is interviewed, he said, hey, it's not just me. You know, we got a coach. We got an offensive coordinator. I mean, they go down the list. He names every damn body on the team. Tyreek Hill interviewed the other day, same thing. I say all that, Jason, to let you know that when Tyreek Hill is getting double teamed like Travis is talking about, and he said, we're going to make somebody else beat us. Well, shit, they got about 8 other people that can beat you. I mean, you got Travis Kelce. You got this whole other fleet of receivers out there. I mean, you know, you got a damn expert play call over there. You got a damn offensive coordinator. I mean, they're stacked. And so you can take Tyreek Hill out, but then when other people start beating you, say, well, shit, we got to switch and go back to something else. And Tyreek Hill is so patient. All of them are patient. All of them are humble. It's not like he's over there pouting and everything else or demanding the ball like some of these other jackasses do when you're damn winning by 21 points, but you mad because you hadn't touched the ball yet. He's just like, hey, this ain't my game. I'll get you next time. And I'm still going to get that check either way. So the bottom line is that, like I said, they are all so humble and whatnot. That's why it's working. And that's why, I tell you what, what's his name? Sammy, what's Sammy's last name played for them?
Dropkins?
Sammy Watkins. Yeah.
Sammy Watkins. Is it Watkins on that team?
Dropkins.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins. Now, Sammy Watkins was a long time one of the best damn young receivers in football. Sammy Watkins, I couldn't even remember he was on the damn team. Because, I don't think he caught even that many deep balls. But do you hear about, Sammy Watkins is upset and complaining that he didn't, like Odell Beckham does or Julio does or all these other jackasses?
Coach,
no.
You want to know why?
What?
You want to know why he's not complaining? And
tell me why.
Because A, he's got a job, and B, he's got a job with the Super Bowl winning team that he won a championship with.
Okay, well let me give you some news. That A that you just came up with, that's every mofo in the NFL. So they all should be happy about that. So you act like everybody else ain't got a job, but they still complaining. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. These guys are humble, and everything gets messed up because you get a Super Bowl team or you get this or that other. How come none of them guys left to go somewhere else? You don't think people wanted them off that Super Bowl team? They
That's a good
said,
point.
we ain't going nowhere because we like each other. We love each other. We going to keep this thing right here and win about 5 Super Bowls on y'all's ass. That's what we going to do.
All right, Travis, what else you got for us?
Green Bay beat the crap out of the Bears. Do we think they're the best? Whatever? No.
Business as usual.
Man, how much longer Matt Nagy going to be there? That's the question.
Yeah.
His ass needs to go too.
Yeah, it's either the end of this year or maybe they may get more and more. Seattle beats the horrible Philadelphia Eagles. That game was terrible last night until about the fourth quarter.
Listen to me. That mess they were doing with Jalen Hurts, I'd have told you, if I was Jalen Hurts, I'd be like, I ain't going back out there. If you just going to put me out there for one play and then take me back out, just leave me out. I'm not going back out there for one play. What was that all about? What was that supposed to prove?
But he's supposed to be happy he got a paycheck.
Oh, man.
No. That's this totally different thing right here. Give me a paycheck. Don't clown me. Nobody wants to be clowned.
Yeah.
And you have me run out there and throw a pass that I complete, and then you bring me. I see if I threw a bad pass to you, like, see, I gave him a chance. His ass couldn't even complete a damn 6-yard pass. I completed the pass. Leave my ass out there and let me do some other things that I can show you I can do. Or just don't play me at all. I'd rather you not play me at all and let me sit over here and learn or whatever than do that shit.
I don't think Hurts is a better quarterback than Wentz, but I think in the system where they're at now, he would be a breath of fresh air and would help them right now because one, that line isn't good. Yep. Hurts is a better runner than Wentz is, so
amen.
He plays. And then two, I think Hurts will take more chances with the ball than Wentz will. And I'm speaking to guys like Jalen Reagor and Alshon Jeffries putting the ball up and letting them try to make plays. So I'm kind of with Coach on this one, and I'm a Wentz guy, but I think you got to make the move to see if you can save your season because we know 6 wins is going to win that division.
Yep.
So it's going to be the race. Whoever gets the 6 wins first is going to win that division. So I'd rather take a chance to see what he can do. At least I know, and if he does play well, I can have possible trade bait for Wentz or him. If he sucks, then it's like, all right, cool. We folded in for the season, and then we try to get something in the draft.
And they have some very winnable games coming up. I think they got the Giants coming up. Washington.
They got the NFC East.
They could win every single one of those games. So I agree. Like, it may be time to just see what you got in Jalen.
They could win as much as anybody else could win. Anybody could win against the NFC. But here's the thing, Jason. He did not want Jalen Hurts to get in there and be good.
Yeah.
So now you got a quarterback controversy on your hands. And you got people that are booing your starting quarterback when he comes out there because they want the other guy who did so well last week. That's why he did. That's why he can't. I mean, we know why he did it. But I'm just saying, don't clown me like that. I mean, call me into the office and just say, hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and go with him. His ass probably going to get broke up anyway because we don't have a good line. But the bottom line is, if he gets broke up, you just got to wait. There you go.
Tony told us to put some more respect on them Skins name. And we gave a shout out to Alex Smith earlier. You weren't here for it, so.
I said that was Young, what's the name? The defensive end.
Yeah. But
Trey Young, he's the bomb. They probably got the best defensive line in football other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers got a mean defensive line.
And Nip, again, y'all got 3 wins. The 49ers got like 20 people on IR, and we got more wins than y'all. Like, the Skins ain't good. You just got a bad division. But, again, I would love to see DC in the playoffs.
The Skins are good for that division. And hats off to Ron Rivera for trying to right that ship over there.
Absolutely. While having cancer.
Yeah, we don't normally say good things about head coaches, but like I said, he's a good one. He's a good one.
I said correct. They got 4 wins. My bad. Hands up.
Yeah.
My bad.
4 and 7, I think.
All right. What else you got, Travis?
Last one. The game that's been moved, 3 times now, maybe 4? Pittsburgh and Baltimore. We all know this game got moved because it's Pittsburgh and Baltimore. If it were 25 other teams, they would have just played the game or canceled it. So anybody got anything? We're looking.
Yeah, I got some. I happen to know a young man on that team who happens to be a captain, Cameron Hayward.
Mm-hmm.
And Cameron Hayward, on his nicest day, don't even smile. I mean, he is going to be ready to chew through a barbed wire fence when he gets out there tomorrow night. And I think he's going to have all his boys ready the same way. And it's going to be nasty. I can tell you that much. I think this is going to be a bloodbath because you already got them as rivals and they already don't like each other.
Yep.
And now with all this speculation about, why they waited and they just wanted to give Lamar time to get over his COVID so he could do this, that, and other. Dude, it's about to be ugly.
No, did he pass COVID, Travis? So he's still not going to play?
He was negative as of like Wednesday, so he's still not in the window of where he can.
Oh, okay. I thought he could play. I heard he could play.
Oh,
He was so trash it don't even matter if he played or not.
I read a report that said this afternoon that they said because they updated the list and he was still on the can't play. Now Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins can play. They're back off. They just happened to be today that they could play.
Well, they just gonna happen to have to take that ass whipping they finna get.
He's going to be taking the snaps for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, welcome to your ass whipping. That's what they're gonna be telling them.
All right, is that all we got for Travis? Any Jackass of the Week, Coach?
That's all I got. Go for it, Coach. With Jackass of the Week.
Yeah. Listen, this might not be just the first. I think this is maybe the second time we have the same Jackass week 2 weeks in a row. Dumbass Falcon fan don't even know how to lose, and then ringing up my phone and threatening me. I mean, my son called me and said, "Oh yeah, I didn't see you call me when we won this week." I said, "What the hell was I gonna call you for?" I mean, because you finally won? Is that why I'm supposed to call you? I said, "Listen, it's stupid for you to win right now. You do know that." I don't know. All right, listen to this. Everybody listen to this. This is why I hate Falcon fans. Hey, we might be able to get into the playoffs now. I said, "Oh, there you go. There you go right there." I said, and then what you going to do when you get in the playoffs? I mean, lose in the first round? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I hope you do. I hope you get into the playoffs because I love when that happens because now it'll be, oh, yeah, we going back to the Super Bowl. Bowl, baby. We going back. Turn tragedy into triumph. We going to the Super Bowl. Then when you get beat down by about 50, I'm talking about just humiliated. I mean, it'll be, oh, sorry ass Falcon, man. I knew we wasn't no good. That's why I can't stand y'all. So I'm actually hoping and praying now that you do make it back to the playoffs and get in the playoffs, only to be beaten down. There is no way you can beat half of the teams that are going to be in the playoffs. No way. So it will be short-lived. So I'm going to go buy me a Falcon jersey. Damn sure won't say Hulu on the back of it. I'm going to go buy me a Falcon jersey. I can start wearing. I'm going to be rooting for y'all every week, Peavy. I'm going to be rooting for you, Peavy, for y'all to win and get into the damn playoffs.
Actually, Miss Peavy's right. It is Falcons fans and AB have probably officially tied now for the most jackasses of the week historically on this show.
There you go. You're probably right, Miss Peavy. I ain't keeping score, but you're probably right.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it on up for us, Coach.
Folks, we got to get on out of here. We appreciate everybody for being here. Tony Nipper, the Peavies, the Hoods. Who else on here, Jay? I can't see all of them on my thing.
Jerry Vatner was on here.
Cody
Wilson was on here.
Hood, Annette Hood, my dad.
Mr. Butler. Hey, Mr. Butler. Folks, we appreciate all y'all for being on here. And like I said, we look forward to doing this next week. It should be real good next week now, especially as we get into these state playoffs and everything else. And the NFL gets closer and closer to playoff time, start eliminating some of these guys. Like I think, are y'all already mathematically eliminated Travis? Cincinnati? Got to be. Cincinnati and Cleveland already got to be out. Anyway, folks, we got to get out of here. Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the hip.